Hello, welcome guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Alasdair Aquatics. Let's get on with the video. So the topic of today's video is shrimp tanks. Okay, we're going to be taking a look at my girlfriend's shrimp tank, and I'm going to start off by giving you a few helpful tips, things that I do when I'm setting up a shrimp tank and what I do to keep these guys happy and healthy. Okay, so this is my opinion on the sort of main tips and tricks when keeping shrimp. Okay, and by shrimp I'm referring to cherry shrimp, okay, rather than say crystal reds or Pinocchio shrimp or anything like that. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is just setting up, say, a red cherry shrimp tank, or maybe another colour variety, but a cherry shrimp tank. Okay, so my first main tip is make sure the tank's cycled. Okay, think of it as you're setting up a fish tank. Okay, so they're still going to need a filter, in my opinion. Okay, they're going to need a cycled filter, and that's going to need to be shrimp safe. Okay, so what I mean by shrimp safe is the inlets on your filter, you're going to want to make sure that they're not large enough for the shrimp to be sucked into. Okay, so there is a variety of shrimp safe filters out there that usually have a sponge covering the intake. I use the Danelei nano filter in my beta tank, which has a lot of cherry shrimp in, and that's made specifically for cherry shrimp so they don't get sucked into the filter. You can also modify, say you have a filter, you don't want to spend the money on buying a new filter, you can also modify it by maybe adding some sponge to the intake or wrapping, say, an old stocking around it, something like that. And my next tip is a heater. Again, so I like to keep my cherry shrimp tanks at around 79 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that, normal tropical fish temperature. And I think another main tip, this is for me personally, I like to give these guys loads of plants. I like to give them areas where they can hide, and where if they have babies, those babies can live and grow without sort of the threat of, say, other fish in the tank. Because even if you have your cherry shrimp with, say, some small fish, like maybe some micro-rasboras or some galaxy rasboras, say, there's still a chance that these small fish might go after the babies. So to sort of prepare for that and make sure you get as many babies surviving as possible is, I'd say, add a lot of moss. Okay, these guys absolutely love moss. Okay, so Java moss, Christmas moss, flame moss, weeping moss, any types of moss you can put in the tank, they're going to absolutely love it. They're going to sort of go into the moss, dig around in there, eat algae, eat the biofilm off the moss. And yeah, that leads me to the other point of adding lots of plants into your tank, gives them more shelter, and they're going to go along constantly grazing the algae. You'll see them using their little arms, it's quite fun to watch. And you'll see them eating all of the algae off the plants in your tank, and they'll be constantly eating that biofilm. And yeah, really great thing to watch. And it's more of a natural behaviour, something that they might do, the shrimp will do in the wild. It's very a sort of natural behaviour, I think, rather than having artificial plants or no plants at all. I personally like to have lots of plants. It also can improve the water quality, which I think is a really good thing. And give them time. I mean, a lot of my friends and me in the past, I've been really frustrated because I've set up this cherry shrimp tank and I put 10 adult cherry shrimps in, and they're getting on well, but what I want is a colony, and by that I want them to breed and produce lots of offspring and just have a happy, healthy colony of shrimp in my tank. And in this day and age, we can all be a bit impatient, and I've definitely sat there thinking, oh, come on, it's about time, you guys should be having babies by now, I should see lots of babies. Just give them time. It can take a month or two, especially when you've added them to a newly cycled tank. It can take them a month or two just to get settled down and start to breed. But if they're happy and healthy, they will eventually get there. I think a lot of people might start off thinking that, and a couple of months down the line they might think, maybe I want to slow down the breeding of these cherry shrimp. But they're a great thing to have, and if you do end up with too many, maybe look at selling them to friends and family, or maybe talk to your local fish shop and see if you can donate some, because usually these guys, yeah, they breed a lot, so you will end up with lots of baby shrimp. In terms of feeding them, I feed quite sparely. I mean, in my cherry shrimp tank I have a beta, so I'll feed him. I'll crumble in a few extra flakes dotted around the tank, and I know some of the cherry shrimp will get to them. And I do have some cherry shrimp specific food, some pellets that I do throw in, and I make sure they sort of go right down the back, sort of nestled in amongst the plants, so the beta fish can't get to them. It's just, you know, their food. Another thing I fed them in the past is just algae pellets. You know, they love those things, and they will be constantly grazing throughout the aquarium, so they're really fun guys. And yeah, I think that's about it for my tips at the moment. So what I'll do now for the video is we're going to take a look at my girlfriend's shrimp tank. Okay, so here's my girlfriend's nano shrimp tank. It's been set up now for around a few months. It's about 20 litres, okay, so on the small side definitely, and things have been going great. We started off with just about 10 red cherry shrimp in there, and they've bred. There's a really nice colony of cherry shrimp there. There must be a few hundred at least, which is really good and really great to see. It means that you know you're doing something right when whatever you're keeping, be it fish or shrimp, if they're breeding, you know they're in good conditions and they're happy. Okay, so these shrimp have been breeding and they're really active guys, really fun to watch. And something I think which isn't sort of promoted enough within this hobby is shrimp tanks. I mean, even having a large tank, I think adding loads of plants and some shrimp would be a really great idea. There are a few people out there that do it, and I think we just need to keep on pushing and have more people out there starting shrimp tanks like this one behind me. Okay, I think they're really fun and interesting, so different to fish, but they are funny guys to watch. They really do have some character about them, and they come in a great variety of colours. I mean, my girlfriend recently picked up 2 yellow cherry shrimp, okay, so hopefully we'll have some footage of them later on in the video. And they're sort of really funny guys. Their colours really pop in the scape, and the idea for this scape is quite a simple scape, quite an open scape, was so that when we were looking in the tank we could see the shrimp, okay, so we wanted to see what they're doing, what they're up to, and we didn't want to have loads of dense plants because that would mean we wouldn't be able to see the shrimp and really get an idea of what's going on and what they're up to. But the plants we chose for this tank are low light species, okay, because it's just a small LED in the hood, and we've got some crypts and moss, and we also have tried some dwarf hairgrass out in the front. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is give you guys a closer look at the tank, okay, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I thought you guys would appreciate just a really quick update on my girlfriend's planted tropical community tank. As you can see, we've added in a really nice big feature piece of spider wood, and it really adds a lot of character to the tank, a lot of interest, and the plants are starting to grow in nice and dense. The fish in here are doing really well. My girlfriend's added quite a few cory catfish, okay, so we've got quite a few types. We've got some stir-bys and some albino cory cats. And everyone's getting along great in here, and the tank's doing really well. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated in the future. Okay, that's it for now. Okay guys, so we've come to the end of the video. I really do hope you've enjoyed this one. Just thought I'd give you a quick look at my girlfriend's shrimp tank. She's really happy with it, I'm really happy with it, and we'll be sure to keep you updated along the way. and I hope you enjoyed just a quick little update of her planted tropical community tank as well. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I am on Instagram at alasdair_aquatics, so be sure to check me out there too. So until next time guys, it's bye for now, have a good one.